This is going to be the final video of the Jagex handbook trilogy. I've done a summary, I've done a nighttime story video with the legends Jimmy and Settled, and today I'm doing a critique. Yeah, you heard me correctly, a critique. You guys might think that the handbook is perfect, right? It's an official Jagex guide, there's no way they made any mistakes. Well, what if I told you there's over a dozen? Yeah, so before you guys meet my quest guides any further, just know that the official Jagex guide for Runescape also has mistakes. I was just following the script. Let me show you some of the funny mistakes and errors that you can find in the handbook. On the front cover of the handbook, there's the legendary picture of a skeleton and a warrior sitting around a table with a bunch of classic RuneScape items. But did you know that the globe on the center of the table is actually just a globe of the world, not of Gielinor? It looks like the globe depicts Europe with some parts of Asia and Northern Africa. Does this mean that Gielinor does actually exist somewhere in the real world? Is it kind of like a situation from Lost where only certain scenarios can lead you to Gielinor? Something to think about. The standard spider is listed as weighing 20 pounds. I don't know about you guys, but unless these spiders are packing somewhere that we can't see, I think they meant something else. Guards are listed as only weighing 70 pounds. The regular men of RuneScape have a weight of 175 pounds, so it was probably just a copy and paste error. On page 17, the book says that you need 5 woodcutting to cut oak trees, you actually need 15. On page 19, it says that when you go sea bait fishing, it costs you nothing, which isn't true because fishing bait costs 3 GP per bait. On page 29, you can find all the different types of items you can forge with smithing. One of these items is not what they say they are, the bronze hatchet, which is actually a picture of a bronze halberd, which isn't even an item that you can get as a free-to-play player. On page 31, the runecrafting altars are referred to as temples. Nowadays, we only refer to them as altars. I didn't play in 2006, so I'm not sure if this terminology was ever used back then, but I found it interesting. On page 33, the book says that you need 13 runecrafting to craft fire runes. You actually need 14. On page 39, a picture of a mithril or rune axe is shown instead of a bronze axe. Everything else on this page is bronze, so it's kind of random that the axe itself is something else. On page 52, the book says to have a pair of shears for the Vampire Slayer quest. Shears are not needed at all for this quest, it was just a copy and paste from the sheep shearer quest earlier in the book. On page 54, where the profile of the bandit is shown, it shows that the combat level is level 21. Bandits are actually level 22. Unplayable. Jagex, please fix. On page 60, at the part where it describes giant spiders, it says you'll find them hanging out in the Lumbridge Castle basement, sewers, and houses. There isn't a single giant spider in the Lumbridge Castle basement. Lies. On page 67, a scorpion's combat level was depicted as 12 when their combat level at the time was actually 14. I've also got a couple of fun little trivia tidbits for you as well. On the Restless Ghost quest guide, you can see a picture of someone's character starting the quest. This character actually belongs to Paul Gower, one of the co-founders of Jagex. And finally, something I thought was worth mentioning, all the units of measurement in the handbook are in imperial units, so pounds and feet, even though Jagex is based in the UK, where they use the metric system. There doesn't seem to be a source for any of the measurements used in the book. A lot of them seem to have been chosen arbitrarily. Thanks again to those of you who pointed some of the funny little errors and trivia out to me, and thanks to the OSRS wiki as well. One thing I will ask you guys is, what's your favorite part of the handbook? Is it the pictures, the information, the lingo? What do you like about it? If you guys are interested in RuneScape lore and behind the scenes content, kind of like I've been doing with the RuneScape handbook trilogy, then you might be interested in this. My friend RS History July created a 1,000 page plus trilogy of books all focused around the history of RuneScape, complete with pictures and artwork. It's by far the most in-depth look at the game I've ever seen, and it's really fascinating. I learned things about this game's past that I never knew existed, and I'd highly recommend it to anyone who's interested in the game. You can snag a copy of it for yourself for only $7 or £5, and every sale, he sends £1 to a Jagex-supported charity. He's put a lot of work into it, and I wanted to give him some recognition, so make sure to check it out. I'll leave a link down in the description of the video. Thanks for watching the final part of the RuneScape handbook trilogy. If you'd like to watch the previous 2 videos about it, check them out here. The first is a summary of the handbook, and the second is a video of a nighttime story reading of the handbook with Jimmy and Settled.